right, thanks for tuning in, everyone. This is Anthony Smoak. Go ahead and check me out on anthonysmoak.com. Definitely hit subscribe here on YouTube. If you learned something, leave a like, leave a comment, and make sure you ring the bell so you get that notification when I drop a new video. So today, back in Tableau, and I've got this solution, or my solution, I should say, to the Workout Wednesday 2020 Week 20 Set Action Challenge, right? So if you look at this dashboard here, when I click on California, I immediately see that that's almost 20% of my total sales and total orders. And it's 72.8% of my total customers, right? And I can add, if I add in Texas here and Florida, say New York, right? That should be the bulk of my customers coming from those 4 states. And, these update as well, right? So you can look at the tooltip here and see that the selected states contribute 44.8%, the dollar amount that represents, and the total 2.3 million, right? And so that's going to update for each one of these. They show up here. And again, this is from, let me show this. I'm going to give them their props. This is from Workout Wednesday. So make sure you're checking out Workout Wednesday. Shout out to Sean Miller for putting together this challenge. I wanted to try and get it done just because of new functionality in Tableau 2020.2, right? So here's his color scheme, and he's showing you, he gives you the requirements that you need, the size and all of these things, and the data set is Superstore data set for Tableau 2019.4. You can get it at data.world. And of course, if you're going to do this, give this a shot here. Make sure that you are attributing it correctly if you put it on Tableau public or anywhere else, right? Give people their props and their credit. Let's go back in here. And so you can see, as I remove California, Florida, New York, and Texas, right, they disappear here. So what am I going to cover in this video? I'm going to cover how we put together this total sales and total orders, right? I'm not going to do total customers, because if you can do total orders, you can do total customers. We'll put the map together, and then we'll do this the selection over here, getting our states to show up, and the removal. And I'll show you the actions. Let's go in here, dashboard. I'll show you how to build out the actions that you need to make this come to life. What I'm not going to show you is the dashboard layout, right? All this formatting. I have a wonderful video already that shows you how to do dashboard formatting, right? Let me bring that up. Boom. Go check out this video. Building out that Build a Tableau COVID-19 Dashboard Part 3, best of the series. This has just fantastic technique for laying out your dashboard. So check that out if you want to know how to lay out your dashboard. So let's get into this. We are going to, again, I'm going to show you how to build this out, and we're going to start with using a blank Tableau to get started. So let's go ahead and get started on that. All right, we are in a blank instance of Tableau Public here, and what I want to focus on here is state, because we need to make a set out of state here. So we're going to go here, we're going to create a set, right? And I'm just going to call this set selected state. So set selected state. I'm not going to put anything in here for now. Just the fact that we created it is good. There's my set. Now we need to make some calculated fields, right? So we need to make 3 calculated fields in order to build out our in and out bar chart here. So just going back, right, if I pick Texas, we're building this out right here, right? So you see we have an inside and an out side here to this bar chart. That's what we're building out. So we need 3 calculations. And actually, let me go back here, right? So let's look at this tooltip. You see that the selected states contribute 7.4%. We need a calculation for that, right? That percentage in, right? We need the dollar amount, 170,188, right? That's the sales total, right? That percent represents. And then we need the total amount of sales, 2.3 million. So we need 3 calculations. That's what we're going to build out. And the first one we're going to start with is the sales, what I'm calling sales in, right? So that's going to be that 170,188, right? And notice how this stays the same whether I select in or out, right? That's important. So we're going to use a level of detail in order to enable the tooltip to stay the same. That's important. Remember that when I talk about level of detail and building out the calculation. So let's go back, right? So let's build this guy out here. We're going to create a calculated field, and I'm going to drag it over here, and we're going to call this, I'm just going to put this little prefix, calc sales in, right? So it's in the set. That's what I mean by in, right? So let's do this. Let's do a sum, and then if our set selected state, right? It's going to be true or false, right? Then sales end, right? And that calculation is valid. And what we need to do, we need to use an LOD, right? So I'm going to go here. I'm going to say fixed sum. And if I put that around there, that calculation should be valid. Great. And then I'm going to use a final function here. This is like for you SQL people, for this like a, or VBA people, it's like a null to 0, right? So if null comes back, it's going to change it to 0. That's what our zin function gives us. So I'm just going to wrap all of that around zin. Calculation is valid. Mikey likes it. Let's say OK. So we have our calc sales in. Now, for part 2, we need that the sales total. So going back to our built out one, if I go to the tooltip, see that 2.3 million in total sales? We need that, right? So that's what we're going to build out next. So let's go back here. My Spotify likes jumping up there. Okay, so let's build out that sales total. So I'm going to go in here. We're going to create a calculated field. Let's call it calc sales total. And that's simply going to be an LOD, a fixed sum of sales, right? So let's just build out the LOD, level of detail, fixed sum sales. And let's close off that braces. Calculation is valid. Say OK. So we have those two. Now, for the final piece, we need that percentage of the sales. So when I select a state, right, I want to know the percentage of the total sales that is selected or in the set, right? So let's build that out. So once you have these 3, you're pretty much golden, right? Let's do this. Calc sales percent in, right? And this is just simple. This is just going to be division, right? So if I go, let's see, can I do this here? Where is my calc sales in, right? Divided by calc sales total, right? Fairly straightforward. Calculation is valid. Say OK. So now we have our 3 calculations that we're going to use to put this thing together. So let's take our sales here. Let's take our sum of sales, and let's put that on the columns, right? So we have that bar chart action going on, and let's drag a couple items to mark. So let's drag our set. There's our set to color, and again, everything is out. We haven't selected anything, right? Let me show you this. So this is new, right? This is new. I can show set, and it'll show up over here, right? And so this set control, again, new for version 2020.2. Don't leave me comments saying, I don't see this. You got to have 2020.2. This set control allows me as a user to dynamically change the members of the set, right? Just like you would do a filter, right? So there's California, there's Georgia, whatever. I'm picking things. And if we want to swap this, you see how we have out and in. Let's go ahead and do one of these. We're going to swap that down there. That way we have in first and then out. And you'll notice, see how the sales change? I have 586,000 in and 1.7 million out, right? So again, this is something new. I'm just going to leave Georgia, right? Georgia and California, right? Got to represent for Georgia here a little bit. All right, so we're gonna do that. And the next thing I want to do is, well, we can do something like this. I don't know if this helps, right? Expand things, make it easier to look at, right? Let's drag our calculated, well, first of all, let's do the colors. Yeah, I know. Well, format, let's go with this green here. For in, let's go green. The Workout Wednesday Challenge gives you a little different color to use, but I like the green here. But we'll use the gray that Sean Miller suggests here. So let's go with what is it? D5, D5, D5. Right? Sounds like a Star Wars droid here. So let's go ahead and say okay. So you get that little bit of a lighter shade of gray here. So we're beginning to build this out. We're beginning to get the bones in here. So we need our three calculated fields, right, that we created in the detail, right, so they can be used. So let's go ahead and put the calc sales. Well, let's put the percent in first. It doesn't matter. I'm just using the order that I would show them in the tooltip. So let's put the percent in. Let's put the sales in, the detail, right, and let's put the sales total also in the detail. So we have those three right there. All right, before we continue on with doing some of the formatting, let's remember we need to do this. Let's go ahead and make a quick table calculation, and this needs to be percent of total. So you see that changes down here to percents, and then we can change the tick marks later. But for now, let's do this very exciting formatting. Let's go ahead and go over here, default properties, number format, and this is my percentage. So let's go ahead and do maybe 1 decimal for that guy right there. And then for the, let's go sales in next, default properties, number format. And for sales, I want this to be currency custom. I don't want any decimal places. And well, let's make a 1 decimal and display units millions, right? For that guy. And then finally, we want to do the same thing for sales totals, default property, number format. Currency custom, 1 decimal place. No, let's go 0 decimal place because we're going to show the total amount here. Let's go 0, and it still needs to be. I don't want to show this. Do I want to show this in millions as well? No, let's show the whole thing. So for now, let's just go with that, and let's see how that looks. So our sales in 0.5 million of our total 2.297 million. That's fine. All right, so this looks good for now. We'll change the tooltip later. So just wanted to show you that. Let's go ahead and do a little formatting here with the title. Let's say we want our. Let's go ahead and insert here our sales percent in. Right, of total in total sales. Now I could make this bold. Yeah, let's make it bold. That's fine. We'll go bold here. We'll do a Tableau book, and then maybe like a 12 here. Let's see how that looks. Again, that's bold. All right, so I'm going to say, let me do this. Is this black? Let's go completely black here. So, okay, what's that look like? There we go. 22.1% of 2.97 million in total sales. So as I select on and off, you see how that updates, right? Because we're affecting the set selection. Right, so that's good. So we have that on the title. So now let's do the tooltip. Now you'll notice, right, in and out. You'll notice that my calculated fields stay the same no matter whether I'm on the inside, right? If you look at the set selected state, in or out, right? The percent changes, but our 3 calculations at the bottom don't. That's because of the fixed LOD. So that is good. Let's go ahead and do the tool tip here. Finish this guy out. We got a lot going on here. I'm just going to start from scratch here. Let's go ahead and do that. So we can say the selected states contribute percentage. We need the percentage here, right? And then I'm going to open paren, and we need the sales in, right? That's the actual number of, and now we need the total sales. Insert sales total in total sales. Now we can make this, selected state. So let's go ahead and make this our green. Go in here. Let's pick that green. And the sum here, let's go ahead for this guy. Let's also make that green. If we wanted to be fancy, we could bold this stuff, but I'm just going to go with this for now. Tableau book 10, that's fine. Let's see what we got here. So there we go. The selected states contribute 22.1% of, which is 0.5 million, of 2.297 million in total sales. It stays the same if I select some other states here, right? You'll see that the numbers change, 29.6, 0.7, but our total sales stays the same, right? So that's going to change, right? 34.2%. Anyway, we have this built out. Oh, last but not least, let's go ahead and change this. Let's edit the axis here. I want to get rid of the title and tick marks. Let's go with fixed, and our interval, we want every 20% here. So 0.2, I like that look. Oops, there we go. So we have something like this. So that is how we build out our sales bar chart here. So if I go back to the completed, I go back to the completed dashboard here. We built out this piece. So next we're going to build out this piece. It's the same. We're just going to duplicate. It's the same. It's just we're using different calculations, right, to come up with total orders and that percentage. All right. So now let's build out. We have sales built out. Let's duplicate. Now we're going to build out orders, right? And we're just going to call this orders. And the only difference here is instead of summing, we're going to use a distinct count, right, of our order ID. So we have to create 3 new calculated measures. So if I just go here and duplicate, right? Go into the copy, edit, and instead of sum, this is going to be count distinct. And instead of sales, this is going to be order ID. And obviously we want to give it a different name. We'll call this orders instead of sales, orders. So we have to repeat this process because now we're not summing. We are counting distinct customers, right? We're not summing our sales, we're counting distinct customers. And let's say okay, right? And we have to do the same thing. So we have a sales in, we have an orders in. We need a percentage in. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate. Go in here and edit. Right? Oh, not this one yet. Let's not do that one yet. Let's do the total first. Let's duplicate that. And then we can go in here and edit that. And this is going to be orders. Right? And let's get rid of this copy. And this is not sum. This is count distinct. Right? And then this is not sales. It's order ID. Right? That should be valid. Say OK. Right? We have orders in. We have orders total. So now we need a orders percent in. Let's go ahead and edit this. And instead of sales in divided by sales total, it's going to be orders in divided by orders total, right? And now we're just renaming the calcs. Orders. Oops. not sales orders in. I want to call this just calc orders in. And we want to get rid of copy. Now I'm not going to deal with the formatting. Just want to show you, oh, this contains errors. What am I missing? Calc orders in. Oh, do I already have that? Named. So this is sorry, this is percent in. All right, so this is calc orders percent in. Sorry about that. That should be good. There we go. Now we're valid, right? Fairly straightforward calculation. So now I have these three here, right? Orders in, percent in, orders total. This is going to drive me crazy if I don't make this match. Right? All right, so there we go. We have a set just for orders as well. So now we just have to surgically kind of go in here and change some things around. So let's put these, let's not get rid of our sales. Let me expand this out a little bit. We don't want to get rid of these yet. So let's just put our orders in. So let's put our orders percent in, our orders in, right? And our orders total, right? So now what we can do, if I go into the, let's start with the title, right? So instead of calc sales percent in, right? This is orders percent in, right? Instead of calc sales total, this is orders total. Say okay, right? 35.5%. All right, so we have to do something with the formatting here. And and obviously we need to change this. This is not total sales. This is total orders. Say okay. And then we need to change this. This isn't sum of sales anymore. This is going to be, if I did this, can I do that? Oops. Let's just put this up here. Our order ID. Things are going to probably go a little haywire. Yeah, I know. Just put them in there. And then this is going to be a quick table calc. First of all, let me get rid of this. If I get rid of that, will everything go haywire? And if I go in here and change this to a, let's do this, count distinct order ID. That should change me to a measure. There we go. All right, so I need to have that, right? The selected states contribute 34.2%. Well, let's go into the tooltip here and make sure contribute instead of sales percent in. This is, oops, not the color. Right, this is going to be orders percent in, right? And instead of sales in, this is going to be orders in, right? It's just a simple changing everything over once we've created the template. And this is going to be orders total. Instead of sales, that's going to be orders, right? So let's see how that looks. Okay, so we just have to change the formatting. See how 5,009 in total orders. It's not a $sign. We need to change that to just a regular count. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of our sales stuff. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then for our orders total, let's go in here, default properties, the number format. And that's not a currency, that's just a standard number. So how does that look? There we go. The selected states contribute 35.5%, right? That's not a lot here. 0.0 million of, because that's, we need to change that as well, right? So it's not a, we're counting things. So you don't need 0.0 million, right? We're counting things. So let's look at our orders in. Default properties, number format, and again, that's a standard number. Say okay, how does this look? There we go. So now that looks a lot better, right? And we stay the same on either side. If I select some more things, let me select New York. That's a heavy hitter, right? So boom, right? Almost 50%, and that number changes. So there we go. We have orders. This is how you build out the orders. You're gonna do this again, right? You're going to duplicate orders, and you're going to create another one of these visuals for customers. And it'll be account distinct. Instead of account distinct on order ID, it'll be account distinct on customer name, right? And you'll do the same process that we use to build out this piece right here. One last thing here, make sure you edit your axis, right, and get rid of this title. There we go. So you have something like that. So just wanted to point that out. Now, let's make a map, right? So this is going to be our map. So all we're going to do here, let's double click latitude and longitude, right? Map shows up. That's great. Let's go up here to our state, put that on the detail. We end up with something like that. Let's go ahead and let's go to the map layers here. Map layers, and I just like to unselect a lot of stuff, right? Let's get rid of all of that. Now if I go in here though, if I select map, right, we have that. All right, so that's good. Now what we want to do is drag our set. There's our set. Let's drag that to color, and those are the sets that we have selected, right? If I go back to here, I selected those states there. And so therefore they show up here, and that's good. We want that. Now to the tooltip. Let's see, what's our tooltip looking like? We could probably freshen that up a little bit. So let's drag our sum of sales. Where sales. Let's drag that to the tooltip. Let's drag our distinct count of customer name. So if I do this. Where's our customer name? If I go customer name to tooltip, is it going to go crazy? Okay, so it lets me at least keep that. I'm just going to change this to count distinct, see if it likes it. It lets me do it. Great. And same thing with order ID. Let's go ahead and put that on the tooltip as well. And let's do a count distinct of the order ID. So I have those three on the tooltip. Let's go into the tooltip, and I got a lot going on here. So let's start from scratch. Well, we'll keep the state, right? We will put let's go. Let's go sales orders customers, right? So if I go get rid of the state, get rid of that. Let's go sales. This is going to be orders and then customers. Let's just do something like that. Preview that. What does that look like? All right, so there we go. So we can probably, let's get rid of the actual state here. Let's make this pop a little bit. Let's go 18, and let's make this our green. So we have our state there. Maybe we want to make that, is it bold already? It's already bold. All right. And then for our sales, all of this stuff is 10. That's fine. What if I go over here and move this over to the 1? And then I want this to be, this is our orders, right? And if I take this guy, will he line up? Okay, he wants to play nice. And then this is our customers. We end up with something like that. Let's go and preview that. Yeah. Oh boy, is it gonna look that bad? Let me say okay here. Yeah, it's a little off, but you get what I'm trying to do here. So let's just here. I won't try and be fancy with it. Let's just do that. Something like that. Say okay, and there we go. So that's good enough. So again, this is the map. This is all you're gonna do on the map. Very straightforward. Let's go ahead and tackle the members in set. Visualization next. All right, let's build out the members in set viz here. So we'll go members in set, something to that effect, right? All right, first thing we're going to do, let's take our set and let's drag that to rows. I'm also going to put the state to rows. We may not keep it there, but you can see we have our in and our out, right? Good thing we have that there, in and out. We only want to keep the in. So let's drag our set right, to filters, right? So it's automatic since this is true, right? It's going to show us everything that is in that set. I can go ahead and let's hide that. I don't necessarily need to see that. So there we go. We have our states here. And then actually we want our states here, but I just wanted to show you the in and out here. Again, we can do this. We can show our set. And as I select new states, right, they show up there, right? All right, so now we just need to do some formatting. Let's drag our set to colors here. Let's increase the size all the way. And obviously we have to get some labels in here. So let's take our state and let's put that on the label. Things are going to go a little haywire here. Yep. That's because we want this to be what is it? We want this to be square, right? So that puts our states there. And let's go in here, just make sure I want this leaning this way, and I want this to be Tableau book. Let's go 11, and then let's make this white. If I say OK, all right, it doesn't lean that way until I put that alignment right there. So that is how we get the states on this kind of green background there. And actually here in state, what I can do, right, to get that sort of effect of, hey, click here, click this X, right, I'm going to do a space, that, and the concatenation. So we get something like that. See how we have that X, makes it look like, oh, if I click this, it goes away. So I'm going to uncheck the, let's see, do I need, I really don't need this. Well, I'm going to keep this here for now. And so we're going to put this, right, this kind of blank, right? And see, it puts this delineation here. By putting that blank in there, it gives me that little delineation that I like, right? And then actually I don't need to see show header here. And I don't need to see this. Let's see if I can keep it. There we go. So we end up with something like this. Do I want to make this bold? I'm just going back in here. Do I want to make this bold, make it pop, or is it going to be too much? We'll leave it like that, right? So that's how we get our members in set. We can go in here to tooltip and do something like this. Caps lock here. Click to remove. Let's make that, Tableau book is fine. 12. Are we bolded? Okay, and let's make that our green. Say okay. So now when I move over there, we get that click to remove. Okay, so now we're going to bring it over to the finished product, right? So like I said earlier, this is not a dashboard layout video. I want you to go and take a look at my how to build a COVID-19 dashboard part 3, right? That's going to give you the techniques you need to lay out the different pieces on here. So there it is once again. So let me just show you this though, the layout. Look how clean this is. Just you want to get to this level of cleanness. I have like one huge container, and within that container, you'll notice I have a vertical up top. What's in that vertical? Right, my text, right, pretty straightforward. Let me go ahead and widen this right here, right, have that vertical up top, then I have a horizontal with sales, orders, and customers, right, another vertical with just click states in map to add to the proportional set, and then I have a horizontal because I have two side-by-side things. We've got the map, and within that horizontal, we have a vertical where I've stacked, literally click states to remove from set some text, and then the dashboard that we built, or the viz we built out, members in set, and then at the bottom we have, recreated by Anthony Smoak, given props to Workout Wednesday and Sean Miller. Follow him on Twitter at HipsterVizNinja, right? So we got to give those props when we do these things. So see how easy this is to read here on my layout. Like I said, I'm not going to go step by step on it, but go check out my video, COVID-19 Part 3, Best of the Series. It'll show you how to do stuff like this. What we care about is getting the correct actions in here that enable us. So if I want to select Arizona, you know, some different states here, right? Getting those to show up and getting these to update. So let's look at, if I go in here to dashboard, we need dashboard actions, and I have 3 in here. Let me take you to, easy for me to say, let me take you through these first 2, and then I'll give you a little bonus tip here on this filter one. So let's look at map add to set. What you'll do to add an action, you'll add an action, change set values. I'm not going to do that. I'll just show you how this is set up. And you can see my source sheet is my map on select. And this looks a little different in 2020.2. You'll see I have some different values here. You have assign values to set, add values to set, and remove values from set. So when I click on, right, the map, what I want to happen is I want to add values to the set, right? So if I have states A, B, and C selected, and I select state D, I want state D also to be in my set. So now I have A, B, C, D, right? I want that added in there. Assign values to set is kind of the legacy Tableau technique. So if I have states A, B, and C in the set, right? And let's say I select X, right? A, B, and C will leave the set and only X will be in that set. So I want to add values to set, not restart and, you know, start over with a new selection. So that's what that's doing there. And then when I clear the selection, I want to keep the set values, right? So just keep everything in there. Don't do anything. Don't do anything else. Just keep those set values in there. So I can say OK. So you're going to have to add that. Now, remove from the set. Now, when I select my my states on the members in set, let's go ahead and edit that. Right, you'll see this is I'm calling this remove from set. When I'm on members in set, right, when I select one of those states, I want to remove the values from our set, right? And make sure on all of these you're selecting the set, right? You'll have a drop down here, right? I don't have anything else, but you don't want to keep it none. You want it the set selected state. And then same thing, I want to keep the set values when I clear that selection. So you're going to have to add these 2 dashboard actions in order for everything to work correctly, right? Now, again, as I pick states, they show up here, right? And as I remove them, they disappear from the viz because we're taking them out of the set, right? And it also updates our bar charts as well. It's taking things out of the set. So now, let me show you let me give you some bonus material, right? You stuck around this long. Let me hit you with the bonus material. We got an ace up our sleeve. Gonna show you how we add an additional filter here to have this effect, right? So stick around for that. Ace up our sleeve, right? All right, bonus material, right? Let's take a look at this additional technique here. So as you know in Tableau, let's just go here. I'm going to show you the dashboard action. Let's take a look at this filter action and make note of this action right here. So you'll see when I select on the map, right, show all values, you know, I have this selected fields, and you can add a filter. And what I did was, you see I have a 0 and a 1. You're like, what is that? It's literally the value 0 and the value 1 that I put on the map, right? And so for my source, right, if you look here, source field 1, target, you know, I can change that to 0, and I added that filter. I'm not going to do it now, but that's what happened here. So you're saying, what is the point of this? Right? You know, when you add this source field and the target field, what's the point? So again, take note of this setup because we're going to delete it, and I'll show you what happens if we don't have it. So let's just get rid of that. Say cancel here. Oh, actually, let me go back in here, dashboard actions, and then I'm going to delete our filter one. Just go ahead and remove that, say OK. So now take a look at what happens when I select a new state. You'll see we have New Mexico. See this effect here? Everything kind of dulls out when I add new states. Colorado, Utah, Nevada, right? It has this grayed out effect. And so by putting in that filter that I just showed you, it's almost like an additional action fires off and allows it to clear, right? So again, I select Oklahoma, right? It just, grays out. But by having that additional filter action in there, it's kind of a hacky way. Tableau's got, sometimes you have to do some hacky things. By having that additional filter action in there, boom, it allows me to keep selecting and things aren't grayed out. The only thing you have to do to make that work, I'm going to go to the map here. You'll see I created a calculated field. This is just a calculated field 0, right? And the same thing for 1, right? The same exact template. Instead of 0, it's 1. So I have that, and I drag those values into the detail on the map so that they're there. And then we use that dashboard action that I showed you, right? Go back and take a look at that. And we put that on here. And so what that does, it fires off an action, which allows it to clear, right? It's almost like another action fires off that clears it. So you stay in this mode. So this has been Anthony Smoak. I have showed you everything you need to know to put together this Workout Wednesday 2020 Week 20 challenge. That's a lot of 20s. We showed you how to do the total sales and the total orders, walk you through the map, walk you through this member selection, and even through the actions, little bonus material showing you how to keep things from not turning gray, right? So this is my solution. I'm sure there are other solutions out there that you could probably find, but this is my solution. I don't think anyone is giving you this sort of in-depth, step-by-step methodology here to go through to really understand. And I think that's what kind of differentiates my channel. I really like to go in depth, and you seem to enjoy it. So I learn a lot, and you get to learn, and I get to learn from you as well. So again, leave a comment, leave a like. I'd love to hear what you think about this walkthrough. And again, this is just my solution. You may have a different way of doing it. Again, shout out to Sean Miller and the Workout Wednesday crew for putting this challenge together. I'll probably end up doing some more of these just for the learning. So again, this has been Anthony Smoak. Hope you enjoyed this tip. Get out there, do some great things with your data. Thanks for watching, everyone.